Hi guys, today we're going to be using Sculpey and we're going to be using a lot of the leftover Sculpey pieces that we have at camp. We have this huge bag of little tiny pieces, so I decided to use them to make a rainbow. You can make anything you want. Sculpey is almost like Play-Doh. It's a little harder to work with, and then Sculpey is not non-toxic, so you may not put it in your mouth, and it needs to be baked. It is not air dry. So baking instructions, you're going to bake it for 15 minutes at 275. So let's get started. I'm going to make this into a pin. So here are some of the really professional tools I have here. I have a fork, I have a knife, I have a popsicle stick. You might even want a toothpick. Okay. And here are the colors I'm going to use for my rainbow. Okay. The very basic thing that I'm going to start with, I know I want red. And so with my red, I'm going to go ahead and roll it back and forth, making that really nice snake, depending on how big you want your rainbow. If we're putting this on a pin, I don't want to get it too big. If it gets thin in one area, you might fold it over and roll it to make it a little thicker. So I'm just going to curve that into a nice curved line there and say, that's about the size I want my rainbow. And know that you're going to get smaller from there. So our next one, we're going to also roll out a snake. I'm doing the Roy G. Biv, right? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. And as I get closer to the inside, I'm going to need less and less of my color. So this one right here, I'm going to lay it right alongside here. And I need to roll it a little skinnier. I can just measure it like that and say, okay, I need to make slightly longer. And as I make it longer, I spread my fingers slightly apart. And I'm going to measure it now and see how that works. It still looks like, it's almost exactly right. It might be a little bit short there, but I'll cover that up with my cloud. So then I take a little bit of my yellow and I'm going to just keep going. Take my yellow, I'm going to roll it back and forth. I think I'm going to cut off a bunch of that. If you have colors like ours are pretty polluted. What I mean by that is they have gotten a lot of other colors in them. You can choose the least polluted side to put up on your rainbow so that it doesn't look like you're putting, pink next to orange when you really should be putting yellow. So there's that one. I can take my little knife here and just cut off the end. Okay, so I now have yellow. And we're getting smaller and smaller and smaller here. Trying to keep that nice shape. And when I get to the biggest, and when I get to the smallest one, I'm going to just stop and push them all together. So this one's going to be a lot smaller, roll in the snake. This one's just going to be with one finger. Trying to keep it pretty even all the way across. Bending it, placing it inside, like that. I might wait to cut off the tail on that one. Vibrant colors work better as far as like the colors that you're going to actually see, but I'm just working with what I have here. Sculpey's not cheap, guys, so you don't need a ton of it. Sometimes they are in packs of 3 or 4, and that might be your best bet of getting one like that. So I have my blue. I'm going to run out of space. I might need to open up my rainbow just a little bit. My purple's going to be super tiny. I'm barely going to be able to fit any in there based on the size I have left. That's okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut off the bottom. So I'm going to push that in. You can even try and stretch this out to get it in there. Stretch it out by pulling these 2 pieces wider. Okay. And then I push it up into there. So I have a nice rainbow right there. And I cut off those extra pieces. If you want to just leave it as a rainbow, you could leave it like that and just tuck those pieces behind. So I have a nice rainbow, and then I would press on the back my pin, but I would like to do some clouds too. So I'm going to take some white. This is where it would be great to have a toothpick. I don't have a toothpick. If you have a pencil, another thing you could do is draw the shape with your pencil. So I don't have a pencil, but I do have a tack, and I'm going to just go ahead and draw right around the edge, pulling off some of the extra Sculpey. Pencils work well because you can see what you're doing a lot better. If you have a pin tool, that would be the best. I do not have one here. So I can make my cloud into any shape I want, kind of make it a little more organic by pushing down on the cloud itself. And then I can press it right down on top of that end. And I have a cloud on one side, and so I think I like how it is on one side. I've decided to only have one cloud, and I can now either choose to put it on a stick pin or a safety pin, or I could put it on a hair clip. Okay. I'm deciding the pin would be better right now because this is just not big enough. If I made it larger, maybe I could put it there. We're gonna actually put it there before you bake it. Okay, so then my last step is pressing on this pin. It's not huge. I just have to think about how I want the pin oriented. Do I want it to have it like this? Do I want it to be flat? I think I want it to be diving like that. So I'm gonna put my pin across this piece right here and just gently press it in. I think that's the trickiest part. You want to press it in so it sticks, but you also don't want to disform or reform your rainbow. So I have this nice little rainbow now. It's on the pin. It's ready to be baked. 15 minutes on 275. You can make your rainbow. You can make really anything you want. We had some fun a few years back. We made a bunch of tiny little insects. That was fun. You can make earrings, clothes clips, anything you want. I hope you have fun making this week. Just remember, when you're done with this stuff, put it in a plastic bag and seal it. Get all the air out, and then it'll be good for a really long time. Miss you guys, and have a great week.